So I've been testing out Shokz's brand new OpenFit Pro for over 2 weeks now. And these are by far my favorite pair of open ear headphones yet. Most importantly, they solve the biggest issue with open ear headphones: noise reduction. With just one setting change, I can lower the ambient sound around me between 14 to 19 decibels. These are really packed with features and offer so much more than that though. I think the biggest question you'll be wondering is, are they really worth the $250 price point? Welcome to Bad Tech, where I try to help people like you pick through the bloated tech market and find products that really work. If you want to support the channel, literally the best way to do that is just subscribe right down below. I'm actually the perfect guy to talk about the OpenFit Pro because I've tested every single Shokz product. I used to do live streams for them directly on their Shokz channel, which involved me trying out their products almost on a daily and consistently using their new pairs. Now that was over a year ago, but I am very familiar with their lineup. The OpenFit Pro are the newest premium upgrade to the OpenFit 2. The brand Shokz is mostly known for bone conduction headphones, which allow you to have situational awareness by conducting sound through these little bones on the side of your head. But this is their open ear lineup, and it's slightly different. These rest just outside your ear canal, offering better bass and more premium sound compared to a bone conduction set. But because they don't go directly in my ear canal, they still allow for that situational awareness. So I could be listening to music right now, but because my ear canals are open, I can hear myself talk, I can regulate my voice while I'm talking, and I can still hear everything around me. The design is pretty simple. It has this titanium hook that consistently always goes back to its original position, and this really high quality silicone. These work together to not only keep them on your ear, but keep them comfortable even when you're sweating really hard. At no point have I ever had to worry about these falling off while I'm wearing them, even during intense exercise. So I actually have here a pair of their OpenFit 2, which is not their most recent pair. They have a 2 Plus pair, which has a slightly different case, but I still think it's a good comparison. And then we have here their brand new OpenFit Pro, and you can see the slight design change in the case. It's a little bit larger overall, has a nice indicator light at the front here, which lets you know when the battery is dead, and a really strong design. It charges with a USB-C cord on the back, and inside here it is color coded, so you can see the red one, which is marked right there with the R, always fits right there, and same with this other one, fits right into place. For this model, they added in this physical press button right here, which is great, I like it, but there is one small issue. When I have it wrapped around my ear and I'm running on a treadmill or maybe in between reps and I want to press it, it does end up pushing and moving your earpiece because, right, you have no stability and you're trying to physically press it. So I end up most of the time having to hold it with 2 fingers and press it like that, which I find is just a little bit more inconvenient. However, I do have to say the placing of the actual button is in a really optimal spot and naturally kind of where my hand goes when I reach back to the headphones. What most of you will care about when you're about to purchase these is the sound quality, because at this price point, we're basically paying for AirPod Pros, which we know have amazing sound quality. Now, this is a tricky thing with open ear style headphones. Whenever your ear canal is open, you can never really expect quite the same sound quality that you're gonna get over a completely covered ear or something that is directly inside your ear. A change from the OpenFit 2 Plus, these are powered with something called Super Bass Boost. That includes 11 by 20 millimeter dual synchronized diaphragm drivers. According to Shokz, that boosts the speaker's response range to around 40 kilohertz and should enable deeper bass, mids, and even clear highs. So after testing these for around 2 weeks, I can say without a doubt that is all 100% true. These straight up sound amazing. Now, does the listening experience necessarily live up to my AirPod Pros 2? No, not 100%, but they don't have to. These are meant for situational awareness. I'm going for a run. I can still hear traffic moving around me. But compared to their bone conduction models, these have pretty amazing bass. In fact, even when you just hold it on your hand or put it on a table, you can really see these vibrate. And through the Shokz app, they actually have multiple customizable modes, whether you want something that has clear audio for voices or you want a little bit of a bass boost. And you can also create your own custom audio profiles directly through the app. Shokz's app is also one of my favorite parts to these, and we're going to do a complete overview of all the features that are utilized through it. The most important of those features though is this right here. That's the little noise reduction switch that we can toggle to take away some of the ambient sounds that you hear in your environment, and it works remarkably well. So how were they able to solve the problem of noise reduction with with open ear headphones. As you can see, there is nothing blocking that ear canal, so in theory, it really shouldn't make sense. You were able to do this with their bone conduction headphones, but you would actually have to use earplugs in order to accomplish it. They use multiple built-in mics to accomplish this. First, a feed-forward mic that monitors external sounds, and a feedback mic to monitor in-ear noise. The earbuds then generate inverse sound waves to help cancel out that ambient sound. So here, let me kind of give you a bit of a demonstration here. I have some ASMR construction noises right here that we're gonna play. And so inside the app, I'm gonna start on open mode right here, and we're gonna keep it at the exact same volume. We've all heard these kind of sounds before. Now let me turn on the noise reduction, but put it on the lowest setting, reduce. Instantly made a little bit of a difference. I'm gonna turn it up to the default, which is the middle setting. Now let's power it all the way up to enhance. Now I wanna toggle here between open mode and noise reduction at max. Wow, oh my God. When I got these, I didn't even know what to think when it said noise reduction. I'm like, this has to be a gimmick. It's not. It literally cuts that sound in half, maybe more than that, where it cancels out most of the noise. But it doesn't really do that with all sounds. For example, if I'm listening to a podcast in my car and I leave these on, but have the music paused, the noise reduction will also stay on. Now, I wouldn't suggest that when you're driving because you should hear more of the surround sounds. But the point is, I could still hear the person, the podcast, talking perfectly fine. It's one of those things that you really have to try and experience to really see how well it works. Using the noise reduction though is not without a cost of its own. Normally you get a 12-hour battery life with these, and a total of 50 when you account for the charging case. And these do have pretty fast quick charging, where 10 minutes inside the case gives you a total of 4 hours of use. However, as soon as you turn that noise reduction on, that goes to 6 hours of playtime with the headphones and a total of 24 with the case, pretty much cutting everything directly in half. I would say for most people, it's not the biggest issue. I usually wouldn't use these for over 6 hours at a time anyways, and they usually go back in the case, but it is something to remember if you're gonna be using these for long periods of time. As promised, I'm gonna walk you through some of the noteworthy features inside the app. There's actually quite a bit you can do inside of it. It will tell you the battery life of not just the headphones, but the case as well. Of course, you can change the noise reduction. There's Dolby Atmos, which you can turn on and off. And then there's this head tracking feature. Basically how it works is as you move your head, it will adjust the audio so it sounds more of a spatial experience instead of just one consistent sound the whole time. And you have to go through a calibration process in order to get it to work. I personally really didn't like it. I did notice a bit of a difference, but it just wasn't worth having on. Now, a lot of their devices also come with multi-point pairing. So inside here, we can actually connect 2 different devices and then quickly switch audio between it. So I'm gonna show you how this works. Right now, I have it connected to my MacBook Air as my secondary device, and then it's mainly connected to my iPhone. So basically, if I'm on my device, my iPhone, let's start with this, and I'm listening to music, they have a little command control down here so you can adjust music. Right now, I'm hearing it directly out of here. Now, if I go to my MacBook settings and I connect it to the OpenFit Pro, I'm still listening to it through my iPhone right now, even though it's connected to both devices. So it didn't switch over. Now, if I start playing on my MacBook, you can see the video is moving, but there's no audio externally. I'm still listening to it through my iPhone. Now, as soon as I pause my iPhone, it will automatically pick up that there's audio coming from my secondary device, and it will switch directly over. Now, it won't switch back to my iPhone even when I have the music turned on again until I pause my secondary audio. Then it will switch back to my iPhone. So essentially, it always prioritizes the audio that you have on, but as soon as you pause it, it will go to your secondary audio. It's actually a really useful feature for like workplaces, or even if you're at home and you're constantly switching back and forth. That way you don't have to rely on your device's external speakers, and you can still just have one audio. They also have this Find My Earbuds option. So if I click on this right here and I click on play my left earbud, it'll essentially ping out a loud ring. But the problem I have is I don't actually find it that loud. In fact, that's as loud as it gets. It's barely noticeable, and if this was under a couch cushion, I don't think I'm finding it. But again, it's one of those things that doesn't hurt to have at the end of the day. Just could work a little bit better. So here's my final thoughts on them. at this price point, would I ever choose these over AirPods? No, not a chance. I just prefer the sound quality and the overall noise reduction that I get from those. But there are niche things I do throughout my day that I would prefer these on. If I'm going for a morning walk and I want to be able to hear my surrounding environments, mountain hikes, and then even the fact that I can leave these on and still drive my car around without having to always pull them off my ear. These are really for if you were already looking for an open ear headphone and you want the best set. This is probably going to be top of the market, and that extra noise reduction feature really puts these over the top. I also forgot to mention earlier in the video, these have Bluetooth 6.1, which gives them a 10-meter range, and they are IP55. I'll say you're never going to regret buying these. Shokz has really high quality products, and they're definitely going to last a long time. But for most people, this probably wouldn't be your primary headphone purchase. Like always, guys, I've included the link down below in the description. This was not a sponsored video, so if you are going to purchase them, getting them through my link gives me a kickback and helps a lot. And like always, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Bad Tech for more truthful reviews. See you guys later. Bye.